Our first guest tonight is a double Oscar winner who teams with fellow Batman George Clooney for the new movie The Tender Bar. It opens in select theaters Friday and premieres on Amazon Prime Video January 7th. Please say hello. You know what? I'll let Snoop introduce him.
Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, my fault.
Here he is, Ben Affleck. Travolted by Snoop Dogg.
Yet another indignity. I thought at least I come this far.
Thank you for being here. I know you're very busy promoting The Tender Bar.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's like, I love this movie. It's really about stuff that's really close to my heart. It's about how the heroic work of single moms and how important dads are, and about how, like, whatever the kind of constellation of your family is and how flawed you are, sort of, you have to work through this stuff and be present in kids' lives and love them and give them a sense of self-worth so that they can sort of be good, happy, healthy people, you know? And it's been a lot of fun.
And the soundtrack is really good, too.
It is a good soundtrack, yes.
You make it sound so serious, but I love this movie, too.
Thank you.
I didn't read any of that stuff.
It is, yes. It is. It's so close to my heart. And I had a chance to do an interview with a friend of yours, Howard Stern.
I listened to you.
Really cool, like long form, in depth. You know, it's a 2-hour interview, and because the movie is about family and all this stuff that's meaningful to me, we talked a lot about my family and, you know, divorce and alcoholism and struggling with real things and how you have to be accountable and loving, and how I work with my ex-wife and how I'm so proud of the way that we work together for our kids, do the best that we can for them. And the irony is, I was really happy with it. You know, I ended the interview.
It was a great interview.
Thrilled. I thought, wow, I should do more honest, exploratory, you know, self-evaluating things. And I started seeing all this stuff come up on Twitter, and I was like, well, what is this? And I sort of researched through it, and then saw that one of these websites had done the clickbait thing of like, you won't believe what he said. Click on this. Come to our site.
Right.
And I looked on it, and they had literally taken the conversation that I had had for 2 hours and made it seem as if I was saying the exact opposite of what I said. I had gone on and said, like, how much we respect each other and cared about each other and cared about our kids and put them first and went through our stuff. And they said that I had blamed my ex-wife for my alcoholism and that I was trapped in this marriage. Like, just made me out to be like the worst, most insensitive, stupid, awful guy. And look, I know people do this. I get it. Me, I'm happy to be sad Batman. I'm happy to be Dunkin' Donuts and the meme. I understand. You have to get married to Jimmy Kimmel sometime. Really, like, it's about my kids. I gotta just draw a line.
Right,
you know,
of course.
I'm really clear. Like, that's not true. I don't believe that. It's the exact opposite of who I am, what I believe, and I would never want my kids to think I would ever say a bad word about their mom, because
this really upset you. I mean, obviously.
It hurts my feelings, man.
Yeah, I noticed that. I saw that online. And it was crazy that they take this tiny little piece and then wait, are you saying the media sometimes takes things out of context for
occasionally
effect?
Yeah. But it feels like it used to be like, you know, okay, you know, you slept with the prostitute, you had to go on the talk show and say, like, well, you know, and be,
right.
You know, the famous
Is that what you're telling me? Wow, this is going to be some clickbait tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah, and then you have to wind up...
But now it's like you can have the most pleasant, honest, real conversation and be kind of vulnerable, and no matter what you say, someone can just say,
make you
here are the 3 words, put it up there. And I know we've all read the thing. You won't believe it, what they said. And you go on it, and inevitably you're disappointed. Because you're like, oh, I thought I was going to read something horrible and scandalous and negative, and this is just boring. But and even being the subject of that is just sort of the cost of doing business a little bit as an actor. But, like, not with my kids. Don't do that. It's wrong. It hurts me.
Yeah, and
it
your
hurts them.
family.
Stop that. It's inappropriate.
Last time you were here, you said on the air that you knew where Tom Brady was going to go after the Patriots. And then you told me during the commercial. And it was wrong.
It was.
Now, what I want to know is,
yes.
Can I ask the question, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Were you lying to me, or was he lying to you? Go ahead.
That was a test.
That was a test.
There's a leak. And I planted several different items.
I
with
see.
Several different people. And whichever one leaked, then I would knew they were the source.
I
It's an
see.
old spy trick.
Do you even remember which story you
were
told
the
me?
Chargers. Am I right?
No, well, half right. You said the Chargers or the Raiders. Yeah. Yeah. So you were seeing if I was the leak? How dare you? What am I, some kind of a maxi pad or something?
I have nothing to say about that. I have no comments.
Yeah, you can't say anything.
No.
Great. Now Howard Stern ruined it. He took everything from you. I have nothing left to
No,
give.
Howard was great.
What do you buy J-Lo for Christmas? Be honest. How can you shop for a woman like that? You can't get her boots.
You know what my problem is? I'm still trying to work on your present. Because I have my priorities now. You come first.
You'll get me
what do you
nothing.
get the man who has...
You mean the leak?
Well, not everything.
And the leak? Yeah. Maybe some adult undergarments would be a good gift for me. No, I have a lot of things to ask you. Oh, gosh.
God,
what
I can't wait. This is...
Yeah, Batman. It all seems so trivial after the first half of our conversation, but...
we're accustomed to that.
Let's go for it anyway. So, you're Batman in the Flash movie. We know that. That's something you can confirm.
I can.
Michael Keaton is also Batman in the Flash movie. Is George Clooney in the Flash movie? And just tell it, because you know if the shoe was on the other foot, he would blow it and tell about you, right?
He definitely would. Which is why I can tell you, no, I don't believe... If he is, he hasn't told me. Maybe he thinks I'm the lead.
So it's not possible he wouldn't tell you because you guys spent, like, I don't know, 6 months together shooting this movie.
I mean, it's possible. He may be very guarded. As far as I know, he doesn't want to... He doesn't want to return to that level height of cowl ears. But he's... I don't believe he's in the Flash. I
Is
think
it
it's just
possible
although I didn't even see Michael Keaton, so maybe he's...
that he didn't tell you because you are the leak?
It's possible, yeah.
Are Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in the Flash movie? Do you... Wouldn't that be something? When we come back, we're gonna see something. Now, there's this kid named Daniel, who's actually gonna be here tomorrow night on the show. And we found him, it was a viral video, because he's this little boy and he was cursing up a storm with his mom. And after that happened, George Clooney reached out and said, hey, I saw this kid. You have his information? Because maybe I might want to put him in this movie. And sure enough, he plays your nephew through this whole movie.
He ended up literally being a star of the movie from your show.
And he's great.
You're
and
a star maker. I thought this was the last stop.
You see that? This is where it begins.
I thought this is how you knew it was over.
Ben Affleck is here. We'll be right back with the Tender Bar.
I saw you in the yard playing sports. You're not very good, and probably not gonna get a whole lot better. So it might be wise for you, in order to avoid tears and disappointment, and above all, delusion, find some other activities that you like. You know, like, what do you like to do the most?
I like to read.
I also like to read. I'm good at sports, too.
That is Ben Affleck and a kid named Daniel in the Tender Bar. Which I really love this movie. I mean, I think I'm almost exactly the age that kid is in the movie, and to see all that 70s stuff.
I'm
just
very
the
close to that
greatest.
age too, and I remember all the advertisements, the cigarette machine, the props, the like what baseball teams were in what place. It was like, and Daniel is spectacular.
So
you should
Daniel-
discover more actors because he's amazing.
Daniel, I think, made a mockery of acting in general because this kid comes out of nowhere. He records this viral video where he's cursing up a storm,
This is
and then
swearing.
George puts him in this movie, just like that.
I was like, you're going to start this trend where everyone's just going to swear on YouTube to become a star. You know, 7-year-olds lining up, your mother. It's like,
That's pretty much exactly what it was. So from the set, you guys had, now Daniel was on my show and I took a liking to him. It was almost exactly 1 year ago. Like, it was like almost to the day 1 year ago that George saw him on the show and asked for him. And as a Christmas gift, I wanted to send him a PS5, right? And they didn't have, it was like, you know, nobody had one, and I was trying to call Sony to get one, and it was hard to get one. And I think I wound up buying one, like, on eBay for
eBay's
way
the way you
more
got to
money.
do it, and you're like, $10,000 for
In the meantime, I start getting videos, and these are just a couple of the videos that I get.
So you were on the Jimmy Kimmel show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And he me and didn't give me the PS5. you when he didn't give you the PS5.
So he promised it to you.
He promised
Yes.
it to you, and then what did he do?
He didn't give it to me.
Meaning that he...
Yeah, he
Yeah.
How old is this kid?
He was 9 there, so I feel like that was appropriate.
And then, I'm like, we gotta get this PS5 for this kid. So we get the PS5. I don't even know how we did it or whatever.
It was pretty quick. Yeah.
And this is the video that I got.
So, Danny, you finally got your PlayStation?
Yeah, but Jimmy Kimmel me again. He didn't give me any games. What the am I supposed to do with a PlayStation without any games?
What the
What the
Something oddly charming about that.
I was really surprised. I assumed the kid would be cursing through the whole movie, but he barely curses at all.
No,
Like that had nothing to do with it.
the part. No, it's just like appealing. I don't know. When my son does it, I find it a little less appealing.
Yeah, right. No, you don't like it when your own kid does it. You know, yeah, for sure.
But he's really good in the movie.
He's
He has
great
this,
in the movie.
Incredibly, this like ability to be natural. I mean, that's what's evident, really. It's not the swear. It's just that he seems so authentic.
Yeah, he was
everyone
very
else, other
relaxed.
actors were like copying Daniel. You know.
He's going to be here tomorrow night, actually, and I think maybe George is going to zoom in with us to.
Well, I assume he's zooming in for mine.
No, he will not be zooming in for yours.
So he passed on mine and he went. Oh.
He wasn't available. Let's just say that. So speaking of George is your director in this film, and you told me something I thought was interesting. We were at your charity event.
Thank you very much for doing that.
In Las Vegas, of course. And you said that you learned a lot from George doing this movie. I want to know what you learned exactly from him.
I mean, it's hard to sort of sum up, except that, like, working for a guy who's done what you're trying to do, done it so well for so long, and who can communicate
You mean
that?
done by, you mean
Being an
actor and then gone on to be a director?
No, like, he's watching your performance, and he'll say things, like there's, I don't want to give it away, but there's a scene that always made me cry, where my character's obsessed with having a car, and he keeps telling the kid that his whole life, and it's a little spoiler, but at the end, you know, he gives him the car. And every time I read it, I would tear up, I was emotional, I came on set, I was ready for the bit, I was thinking all the feelings of my kids growing older and how that would feel. We do the first take, and I'm like, you know, trying not to cry, give him the car, and George says cut and comes over to me, and I'm thinking he's gonna, you know, I was like, it's good, right? He goes, yeah, it's fun to give someone a car. Yep, you're right. Okay, let's do it again.
Yeah, because
those kind of notes, they can change the whole scene, makes it so much better, and it's just so perceptive that you can do it. You can play it. It's not like a director that just sort of says, like, I think it's more red. And you're like, oh, okay, good.
he's also probably one of the few people who has given multiple individuals
He
cars.
really knows.
Right, yeah.
It's like, most of the time, it's fun.
Well, it's great to see you. I'm sorry you had to deal with that stuff. Just stop giving interviews. Only come here. We never talk about anything interesting.
Don't tempt me, yeah.
We look forward to. I think everybody should see it. It's called The Tender Bar. It opens in select theaters on Friday and then nationwide on December 22nd. And then you can watch it at home on Amazon Prime Video starting January 7th. Ben Affleck, everybody. We'll be back with this week in COVID history. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hit subscribe and all your dreams will come true, assuming your dreams are to watch more YouTube videos.